check it out. The British coal industry has certainly had a checkered past. This colliery here at Astley Green in South Lancashire was once part of a thriving community. But with changes in demand for British coal, it was inevitable. This place went to the dogs and closed in 1970, but today the dogs are back. Come on, fellas, come over here. Here you go. Look at these lovely whippets. Now, you're probably thinking, what have these dogs got to do with coal mining? We're about to find out. Dogs belonging to the greyhound group have often been bred along pure lines and have been associated with the aristocracy and gentry. But the one exception is the small English greyhound known as the Whippet. Although some mystery surrounds the origin of the breed, it's generally accepted that it's a cross between the greyhound and the terrier, giving the breed a great combination of speed and intelligence. It was first recognised by the Kennel Club in 1890. And here's the connection. The Whippet became the pet mostly preferred by the working classes, the mill workers and the miners, who loved to race their dogs in their spare time. Of course, they could catch the odd rabbit. And because of this, the breed became known as the poor man's greyhound or racehorse. It's fair to say, Whippet racing has been on the decline in recent years. At one point, there were around 70 clubs in the country. Today, there's about 20. This is one of them. The A&TMiners Whippet and Dog Racing Club. And I'll tell you what, it's doing rather well. Keith Woodward is the club chairman. It's partly down to him that this group is still thriving. Keith, it's great to meet up with you. I can't wait to see the dogs a little bit later and see what they do. Yeah, I bet they're fast. But tell me a little bit about Whippet racing, a little bit about the history.
Well, the history goes back to 1860 or so, and everybody turned up, and there might be 10, 12 dogs in a race.
Yeah.
And the first past the winning post was the winner. And they came in all shapes and sizes.
Really?
Everything was called a Whippet. It got collie or something else. And then late 20s, early 30s, with what they called tape racing.
Yeah.
Which they put 5 lanes down by elastic tape with wooden stumps.
Yeah.
And the dogs had to stay in that lane.
Right.
If a dog jumped over into the next lane, it was automatically disqualified, and the race was rerun without it.
In the summer, the dogs are raced on a straight grass track of 150 yards. Whereas in winter, when the ground is too hard, the dogs are raced on an oval sand track, commonly referred to as racing on the bends.
Actually, bend racing's a lot quicker.
Oh, it's
fun
as well. Yeah.
You put your dog in the trap, you stand behind the trap, the air comes round, the dogs run, and they actually near enough finish where they started.
Yes, exactly.
240 yards. A good Whippet will do 15 seconds.
Well, yeah, it's quick, isn't it? Which do you prefer, racing on the straight or racing on the bend?
Any kind of Whippet racing.
Vicky Harper and Mark Warren are great Whippet racing fans, having just achieved their 20th champion. They have an impressive track record. Vicky and Mark, it's good to meet up with you. I've got to say, with all those champions you've had in the past and currently, the envy of a lot of these people here. Doesn't keep that quiet. What is it with Whippets though? How many have you got?
We've got 12 at home.
Really?
Just really good pets, aren't they?
Do they live in the house, Mum?
Live in the house, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they come on the bed at night?
Oh yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, under
Well,
the
take
duvet.
it
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Yeah. So has it been in the family? Does it run in the family?
My granddad, he was an ex-miner and he started breeding them for racing years ago.
And my dad's been doing it from 1967, 1968.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's in the blood, they're passing all the tips.
And that's how we both got together as
Is
well.
it? That's how
Yeah.
you met? Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. A lovely story. How many times a month do you come out here? Or all year round?
So we come here every week, don't we?
We come here every Wednesday, and then during summer, and then we go to West Darton Ground track, and race around then.
And race around the bend?
Yeah.
So this is just straight racing
Just
today.
straight racing.
And we're going to see some of that. Whippet racing now is purely for fun. It's a fun day out, unlike greyhound racing where lots of money changes hands, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When did that rule come about, do you know?
It was years and years ago when they did betting with Whippet racing.
Yeah.
There's been no betting for a long time
No.
for Whippet racing. It's just purely for for fun for all the family and a bit of fun for the dogs.
Yeah, and do you have to get the dog used to the tracks, Mark?
Yeah, so you've got to train them, to start them off when they're about 8, 9 months old, and then just gradually go through the process of getting them trained.
Because they don't like that to start with, do they, really?
Usually, if they're really keen on the lure, they just take it all in the stride.
Do they?
Yeah, it doesn't bother them.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can feel the tension rising. There's lots more people arriving. We're getting surrounded by dogs. So don't you think we should get your two out? And we'll meet up with Keith and see what he's got to say about his as well. When not attending race competitions, Vicky and Mark are often to be found on the edge of the football field here, putting the dogs through their paces. Well, it's certainly getting exciting now. There's 4 dogs in this race. I've got to pick a winner. I think the fairest way to do it is to pick one of these bones from this bowl. Now, each bone has a name tag on it relating to one of the dogs, so it's going to be a lucky dip for me. I'll probably go for this one, which is Ned's Rosie. Who's Ned's Rosie? Right, okay, Keith, this is my choice. Hello. That's a good start. It's got number 1 on it. Right, the dogs are under starter's orders and they're off. But my dog's not come out of the trap. Oh my goodness, what's happened? Here he is. I don't believe it. Hey. They're trying to throttle the thing they chase. Oh dear. Oh, I don't know. Guess where I came? Last. Can't believe it. The trap. Oh, my trap didn't open. Nevertheless, that was so exciting, and I can see why all these people get together every weekend to race these dogs, because it is just great fun.